With the rise of the Internet came an international broadening of communication. Introducing the concept of modern global connection, the Internet, as well as popular social networking sites, made mass organization possible. While the capabilities provided by the Internet and networking proved revolutionary, they would ultimately lay the foreground for civil uprising, as well as social and legal impropriety. The Internet, originally designed as a method of communicating information in the scientific and military fields, was developed in 1962. Under DARPA, or the Defense Advanced Research Projects Agency, J.C.R. Licklider proposed the concept of a series of interconnected computers. Other MIT graduates Leonard Kleinrock and Lawrence Roberts introduced innovations such as packet switching, or the transmitting of group data over a shared network. In 1969, ARPANET, or the Advanced Research Projects Agency, was brought online as one of the first systems of network and communication, connecting 4 separate computers at the University of California, UC Santa Barbara, Stanford, and the University of Utah. Among other technological developments came email, originally adapted for ARPANET in 1972. The developmental stages of Internet communication saw the growth of service providers and other IT companies such as Microsoft and Apple. In addition to computing, Internet communication has served as the catalyst for global interconnection through networking. A surge in 21st century networking sites including Facebook, MySpace, and Twitter brought about social and political connection on a global scale. Launched in February 2004 by Mark Zuckerberg, Facebook revolutionized the way in which people interacted. Through Facebook, popular media and news became readily available globally. In addition, Facebook's revolutionary interface increased common advertisement while also introducing a modern outlook to education. Although successful social media sources such as Facebook and YouTube have thrived, censorship in certain nations have prohibited communication through networking. In countries such as North Korea and the People's Republic of China, government-implemented censorship impedes internet communication. However, on the verge of uprising, censorship has proven ineffective. In January of 2011, social networking became an influential factor in socio-political organization. Provoked by mass unemployment and poverty rates under the 30-year term of Hosni Mubarak, Egyptians used social networking sites Facebook and Twitter to assemble an unrest. Although internet and cell phone lines were disconnected by the Egyptian government, communication among activists quickly resumed. Egyptian protesters Wael Ghanim and Ahmed Salah, 2 activists behind the Egyptian uprising, credited social networking websites as leading contributors to their revolt.
That wall of fear fell in the last few weeks as hundreds of thousands of Egyptians defied their government and demanded change. Helping to lead the charge, 30-year-old Wael Ghanim, Google's regional marketing manager for the Middle East, who in his spare time created a Facebook page posting information about the brutality of Egyptian police. He was especially angered by the killing of a 28-year-old internet activist beaten to death after trying to expose police corruption. How important is his story in what happened here in the last 3 weeks?
By the way, his name is Khalid Saeed. The name translates in English into eternal happiness. His photo after being killed by those police officers made all of us cry, made all of us, because he's coming from middle class. I personally connected to him. I thought this could be my brother, and I know the police in Egypt, they used to act like they control the world, they beat you up. You are someone basically who have no rights. So when he died, I personally got deeply hurt. I decided to start fighting this regime.
The Facebook page was called We Are All Khalid Saeed. Soon, hundreds, then thousands of others began sharing photos and video of abuse and mistreatment. Within months, the number of followers on Facebook grew to 500,000. And when he and other organizers posted the dates and locations of protests, people started showing up and posting internet videos like this one. Many of the organizers never met in person. Their primary interaction was online.
Through social media, human rights activists and political bloggers were able to relay the events of the revolution to the rest of the world, bridging the gap of miscommunication. The internet and networking revolutions brought about technological capabilities never before seen. However, these capabilities laid the foundation for new social and legal issues. Napster, a website started by Sean Fanning and his uncle John Fanning, allowed people to upload and download audio as MP3 files. Only one person had to upload the file for an unlimited amount of people to download it for free. Because this service let people acquire songs without paying, A&M Records sued Napster over copyright infringement after a year of service. A&M filed for suit on the basis of two reasons. One, that Napster users were directly breaking copyright laws, and two, that Napster was liable for allowing these laws to be broken. Napster claimed that the uploading of files was a fair use of purchased audio, but their argument fell through. Because people were receiving a new copy of the audio as opposed to just having access to the original file, their claims were considered illegitimate. Napster also stated that they did not benefit directly from allowing people to file share, as downloaders were not charged. This argument was nullified because Napster still increased their popularity by offering their service. The ability to transmit material over the internet has allowed for the disclosure of shocking media, provoking global reaction. During a peaceful protest in Iran, an Iranian woman, Neda Soltani, was shot and killed. This horrible scene was caught on tape, and from its exposure, she became a symbol of Iranian violence. The internet has led to an increased amount of cyberbullying, a new outlet for harassment and legal difficulties. Cyber harassment and cyberbullying have manifested as a major component of internet impropriety. One case of bullying occurred when Phoebe Prince committed suicide after moving from Ireland to Massachusetts. Using Facebook, instant messaging, and email, several of her classmates tormented her and called her names. In a similar case in 2006, a Missouri girl, Megan Meyer, committed suicide after the mother of her classmate created a fake web profile to harass the 13-year-old. Certain psychologists believe that what makes cyberbullying so dangerous is that the harassment never stops. With the variety of medias that can be used for harassment, schools have had to amend their rules to include punishments for cyberbullying. Through the internet, connection has spread internationally. With the revolutionary development of social networking, modern concepts such as socio-political organization were made possible, as well as the relaying of media on a global scale. However, the consequences of these technological advancements have laid the foundation for new areas of legal suit and social misconduct.